Hold on.
Yeah.
I can't hear Bob talking.
There we go. How about that?
Oh, right. Oh, like,
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
is it
dear
just
God.
Discord again?
No, just me.
I think he was
Lucas.
muted. Yeah,
Yes.
I think he was
Yeah.
muted at that time.
All right, good. Glad that we're back. So, let's go from there. You guys wanted to take a nap. You wanted to go to sleep, yes?
Yeah, like we want to kind of let Bart rest, let us rest, you know,
Okay.
do a little research. But also, I would like to approach Nyx at some point
All right.
in the evening.
Nyx is in.
Ooh.
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 He likes the big butt
I'm
dwarf.
gonna eat a croissant.
I'm tingling with anticipation.
What actually is Nyx? Like, as
Gnome.
far as like a race from what I can see, a gnome?
Nyx is in.
Yeah.
I am a gnome.
Okay, just making double sure.
Okay. Who is going? Like, I know that Nyx has stated that she doesn't want to sleep alone. She wants someone
No.
to be in the same room as her.
Mhm.
Well, Nyx is full health, so I mean, do you need to rest?
Yeah, you
That's
do.
true.
Even if you don't
Okay.
like have your hit points to fill back up, you still suffer from fatigue.
Okay.
So fatigue is an actual stat that can be applied to you.
I mean, do you guys want to research before nap? Because if we're like relatively safe in the house, then that'd be cool. But I'm just buttering a croissant with honey.
Just house cleaning stuff, bub. I'm gonna be switching Goodberry to Cure Light Wounds, first level spell.
Okay, so tomorrow,
Just letting you know.
tomorrow morning or whenever you feel best, you'll find a spot of grass or land, and you commune with nature for an hour.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Character, like, should we research before nap? Because it's what is it, early afternoon still, or it'll be a little bit later in the day now, won't it? It'll be...
It's
Cypress is tired as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, and
like-
you guys are wounded still,
I'm
right?
like-
Mogar's knocked out, bro. He
Yeah.
just said.
Okay, so nap first. Okay.
I think everybody, is pretty much gonna pass out.
Good. Okay. All right. So, Lily, where are you going to be sleeping? You going to be sharing?
I
a room
don't know.
somewhere?
Everyone hates me.
You can come
no, I don't-
snuggle with me.
I don't think
Yay!
Okay.
Big titty
Bring-
dragon girl!
Everyone hates me. Yay! Big titty dragon girl.
Move
Look.
your butt out of the way.
The only thing that I'm aware of is that you never show your titties for meatballs. That is a motto that I live by now, courtesy of Symarra.
It's a clip.
There's a
Don't
clip.
show
My
your tits for
father-
meatballs. It's not worth it.
My father told me the same thing.
Never
These
show
words
your
of wisdom.
titties for
Wise
Sounds like
word,
advice.
bub.
I mean, it probably
My father
applies
said
to
the
you
same.
know, soluble too. It's just like, don't show titties for meatballs.
Perfect.
No, my father specifically said titties. Nothing about
Okay,
penis.
okay.
Yeah. Well,
Very specific.
there's a point where you draw the line. Okay. All right. So
Said Adam. Anyway, sorry.
let's go ahead and have everyone give
Uh-oh.
me.
Can we lock the door before I go to bed?
Yeah, totally. You guys can lock the door. What is the night? Okay, so like everybody has their routines, their rituals, right? Like everybody does something before they go to. For me, like when I'm going to bed, I make sure that all the lights in the house are off, and for some reason, I always pull back my shower curtain. I don't know why. I just always do. Like I just peek in, and then nothing's there. Okay, I go to bed. So what kind of routines and rituals has Mogar and Symarra and Nyx and Cypress created? What gives life to your characters? Is it just like clothes off, in bed, sleeping?
So, for Mogar,
Masturbation. 100% every time before bed. If I don't, I got a headache.
that's cool, man.
It's a
Well,
relaxation tool in order to transition me into sleep, and I get good REM sleep if
Okay.
I just masturbate.
I back
Mo-
that.
For Mogar, he
Okay, go ahead.
he does not sleep at all. No, you're good, man. Hey, Mogar doesn't sleep at all. The only time he sleeps is when he's wounded. So,
That's-
well, wounded.
so the more
What?
he gets wounded, the more he wants to sleep. And like the heavier his sleeps get, because he's a very light sleeper. So if he gets a lot of damage that time, he is knocked out sleeping, and you cannot wake him up. But if he only gets like 1 tick of health, he'll be like.
Just take a little bit of nap. All right, okay. So Mogar is gonna rest. Just out. Does it matter where you lay down? Are you a bed kind of guy? Do you want to sleep in a chair? Are you a floor kind of guy? What's this look like?
Dude, I'm spread out all over the bed.
All right, sure.
Big old dude. My legs are hanging out and everything because I'm like, what, 7 foot tall or something like that? Like,
You're huge
Sorry, I've got
AF.
funny everywhere right now.
Okay. How about Nyx? What does this look like for Nyx?
Nyx likes to take her hat and cuddle it, like as a little like stuffed animal, even though it's just a hat, but that's all she's got is
Sure.
her hat. And she likes to read romance novels before bed. Like very small
God.
romance novels. Before
That
bed.
works for our snuggling because Symarra likes to read books in bed too. It's why her intelligence is high.
Well, perfect.
Symarra obviously has some scales from her dragon lineage, so she needs to clean them off every evening, like gradually, like make sure they're all dry before she gets to bed.
All right.
And obviously I'll clean my wound as well and strap it with. I wasn't strapped before; I was just holding it. So.
Okay. All right. So you're cleaning some of your dragon scales, and you kind of peer over to the bed, and it looks like Nyx is already kind of taken to the bed. She's like face down in a book, and very like almost in her nature, she is her little legs are like up and kicking on the bed, just kind of like in the meat and potatoes of the book. And you know that she's obviously like she doesn't care how much space is on the bed. She's just down to read and pass out. Probably many a drool stained pages in her novels, is my guess.
They are very smutty, yes.
Oh God. All right. This is why Bart came to you. Just saying.
Here I am reading dry like until history books. You're reading smut.
I'm just reading smut. Look, it's a great way to unwind throughout your day. Okay, a lot of smut books have very good plot.
Please don't have a wet dream in my
I meant
bed.
it for the thick plot. The thick and veiny plot.
I'm gonna put it real deep inside you.
Oh God. Guys, for everyone that's watching at home, we are playing Pathfinder. This is a Pathfinder adventure. If you're curious, this is the adventure path that is Carrion Crown's The Haunting of Harrowstone. There it is. And I'm assuming that there was some seriousness to Cypress. Or am I incorrect in thinking that?
Are you gonna come and shout at Lily in my bedroom?
I am definitely going to want to talk to Nyx, preferably alone if I can, at some point before morning time.
Okay, all right.
I mean, whilst I'm off cleaning my scales and shit.
Sure.
You're gonna come into the room. Do I have to get up? I'm quite cozy in my bed, snuggling hat and reading smut.
Well, I'm gonna knock on the door. How about we do that?
You hear a rapping at the door.
Hello?
I kind of clear my throat. It's me, man. I just wanted to share a few words with you.
But it's so late.
I kind of don't know what to say to that. I just ask if I can come in.
He can enter. You just
You gotta
barge in. Just give barge in.
All right. Sure.
I wait for permission to enter, and I receive permission to enter.
Come on in.
Right?
It's not my room, but you can come in.
Okay, there we go. I walk in. I walk in and
like in a side washroom or like out of.
There's not. It's not like that at the time. There's like a washing basin.
Okay, well, I'm like behind the. They have the cloth stand things. I mean, I want one of those. I just put my head out and I'm like.
There's like a folding wall, like a curtain of sorts. You're behind it. I'm assuming that you have your basin, your linen, or whatever that you're using, and you're cleaning your scales. And she says, "Come, you can come in." And you hear the door open. Cypress, you enter.
No man's novels. No man's
This
novels.
is definitely sprawled out like, hey.
I just sort of walk in and Is there like a chair or something in the room?
Sure. We'll say that there is a chair.
Okay, and then I kind of mosey over to the chair and kind of sit down and kind of lounge back. I don't say anything, and I sort of start patting my vest and kind of looking around for what is a joint, and I ask if Nick's minds. If I light up a.
Oh no! You're very, very good right now.
Okay, and I take it out. I kind of nod a little bit and light up the cigarette and take a puff. Not a cigarette, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Take a puff and I say, we need to talk. And
I haven't said anything yet. I'm just kind of.
A fly on the wall.
I forgot you was in the room.
Do I perceive that I'm being listened to? Do I know?
I'm like clearly with scales.
This is going to be somewhat difficult. I mean, I know that your perception is high, but you feel like you're borderline, like you have this gnome borderline coming on to you at this point.
Maybe I need to be the safety net right here.
Yeah, because you're like, we need to talk, man, and she's like, oh, do we? There's some things that we should discuss. It's like, yes.
Yes. What more do we need to discuss?
I need to find. So you want me to roll perception?
Yeah. Give me perception.
Let me roll that.
Proceed that ass.
Come on, we can get Tima in here and everything.
Oh God.
All right, 15.
No.
Symarra, give me a stealth.
Well, I'm not necessarily trying to be stealthy. I'm just.
If
He's
you're just
coming to my room.
right, but if you're gonna eavesdrop, then there is a certain amount of stealthiness to that.
I don't have stealth.
Yeah, naturally, she just rolled better.
I just
So-
like to know things.
You
So I don't know that she's there.
you're distracted. You're distracted. Your senses are
Okay.
elsewhere. Sparking a
She's
spliff and a
distracting.
sprawled gnome.
All right. Inside the gnome? I'm sparking a spliff inside of the gnome?
I don't think so.
That's interesting way of smoking weed. Okay, so I say that we need to talk, and obviously you kind of just look like you were opening up to me. So I go on to explain that I say that I want to talk about what happened with the spirit planchette. Is it planchette? I don't know how to
planchette.
fucking pronounce
Yep.
it. Yeah. And why did she feel the need to use that so quickly? It was very dangerous and somebody got hurt.
Are you speaking to me like I'm a child?
Yes. No, I'm asking you why you would put our friends and ourselves in such danger.
I thought it would be fun, and at this point, Nyx takes her book and just because she's still holding it while she was all sprawled, and she just closes her book, puts it back down, and continues. I thought it would be fun. I thought they could teach us something in that whole room. Could have taught us something about what we were missing, about what Petrov, about my dad, about everything. So that's the only reason why that I did it. I thought it would be fun, and we couldn't exactly go all the way back home, and they didn't want to, and then all of a sudden they wanted to, and then I don't know why everyone's blaming me.
When you get a minute, man, why don't you go look at Bart's face? That's on you, and I point at her like that's on you.
He didn't follow the directions.
I just noticed, man, that you're more interested in what you find fun than what's good for us as a group. And I'm just here kind of to talk to you about it and ask you to chill the fuck out, man. Fuck.
Man, fuck.
And that's literally how I put it.
I thought it would be fun as a party trick, but I also thought it would be fun to talk to the dead and learn more stuff. And I don't know how many times I have to say I'm sorry because I know I fucked up. It's not my fault. I didn't want Bart there because he's creepy and.
Whoa, man! Like I'm not here. Come, man. I just wanted to touch base with you. I don't know that much about you. Like, where are you from? Like, why do you act this way? Like,
I'm only like 16 in human years.
What? That's not at all what I asked. Like, why do you do the impulsive things that you do, man? Like, everybody's a product of something. Like, what are you a product of?
Not being able to be myself.
How so?
So I think that if I just be crazy and silly, it'll make up for all the time that I spent not being crazy and silly.
As crazy as that is, and I take
why are you doing this?
I say as crazy as that is, that I take like a hit, and I'm like, I can totally see that, man. Like, I see it. I get what you're saying. I just want you to be more aware of how your actions like affect the group. There's a man dying in the other room, and it could have been avoided if like maybe you took a little bit of time to think about, you know, your actions, man. That's all. I don't mean to upset you. You seem like a very nice person, but maybe just slow down a little bit. That's what I
mean, it wasn't just Nix's decision.
Symarra pops her head out from the bifolding wall.
What the?
This is my room, dude. Okay. It wasn't just Nix's decision, but we could probably have done better.
Cypress, you note that as she says this with her arm up along the side of the curtain wall, that there are draconic scales that seem to line her underarm and a part of her side, showing her her heritage. It's quite strong.
I turn away. I am so sorry, man. Like, I did not mean to stare. And I kind of make sure, like, I'm suddenly uncomfortable because I just realized I'm in a room with two women. Like, this isn't me coming in and talking to a comrade anymore. It's like, there's a woman behind something over there, and I'm seeing her scaly scales. And she's all propped up on the bed, all subjective, or was at one point. And I'm just sort of like, okay, now I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable. It's not where I came
It's
in
okay.
for.
I'll hold this book up so it's like still peeking out. You're okay. It just wasn't her fault alone. I'm just saying.
And I put my hands up and
I go back behind the thing.
I say, you know, fair enough. I'm just doing my best to get to know you. I don't know you guys very well, and I kind of seem like I'm kind of stuttering. You can see that, like, I want to get to know you better, but I'm having a hard time articulating that. Obviously,
well, I'm
like, I don't
now,
spend
so
a
you don't
lot
have
of
to be like.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm just
I'll put a thing back on and I'll come out. So I'm like not hiding. I've like got the top back on, and I come out from behind, so you're not like thinking I'm naked behind a weird cloth screen. So hopefully that will persuade you a little bit. You're right. We should probably get to know everyone a little bit more. I don't know where you're from or how you know the professor really well.
I give a little bit of a laugh and go ahead and start to begin to tell them, you know, about my relationship with Petrov, and sort of explain that I was a student of his, and on certain courses that he taught, he was one of the only people that would teach those subjects, stuff along the lines of botany. Especially, I was very fond of the classes he did in certain poison funguses that a lot of other teachers wouldn't be willing to teach. And he was kind of fearless when it came to handling them and getting to learn their properties and stuff. And I had always admired that. And I share some stories a little bit of, you know, some of the funnier things, the lighter things, other students who maybe ran into sort of happenstance accidents or whatever when we were testing one thing or the other out in, the laboratory or wherever we may have been. And I just basically start to kind of open up to you guys and kind of share about kind of on common ground with Petrov, just my relationship specifically with him. And once I'm done with that, I sort of kind of throw the question back at you.
I stabbed him one time.
I laugh at this and then try to stop myself and
I'm like,
go on and do tell.
So you don't steal girls' food. That's where we're gonna leave that. But I knew the professor. He taught me a lot about my heritage. You may have seen my beautiful scales. Just learn.
At this point, I start like passing around. Like I light another one up and I like offer it. Start like a little powwow.
Don't take it.
It's cool, man. It's cool. More for me. And I kind of offer it to Nick. All right, I smoke it myself.
And I still go through like he taught me a lot. I was inspired by him, so he learned a lot about history and about dragon heritage. I wasn't really able to like stay in my crappy little village because they were not amused by Dragon Lady. So I lived in the city. Bob was about to speak then.
Yep. As you guys are kind of going into your backstories about how you've come across each other, you realize that the weather does take a turn, and you're starting to hear the pangs of thunder. Lightning crests against the window several times over. You realize that the storm has started back up again.
I am totally unsurprised by this because I could see that shit happening a mile away. I'm a druid.
You and your knowledge of nature.
Nix doesn't like it, so she's just like.
Is there something different about this rain, Bub? Is it chubby rain?
Is it spoopy rain?
Is it
chubby rain?
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's yeah.
Is it different kind of rain?
Negative.
I feel like we may have goofed by leaving the runes off the restlands for the moment. But what can a girl do other than not take responsibility? I think Bob's looking for rain sounds.
I don't know why that rings.
Ah.
That's I can do.
So,
Kick rain.
do you finish your backstories?
Well, we could be like halfway through a sentence when there's a loud clap of thunder and.
Okay. That being said, does everybody kind of make their way to the rooms and stay idly, or do you go to what's this look like? Does everybody just kind of retire for the evening?
Once Nix, did you ever chime in with your stories of you and Petrov at any point? Petrov.
Not with you guys.
Patron?
I kind of just like sit there really quietly.
Okay,
Sorry,
fair enough.
It's story time.
Carrion and Patron.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Patron.
I could tell you, but I was just sitting there idly, like.
That's fine. Well, once Symarra's done sort of speaking, I sort of get the hint that you're sort of
I'm
not
pretty
going to share
tired.
with us.
I think I need to have a lie down. I hope this feels better in the morning.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it, and I start to kind of get up and gather myself and start to head out. And before I head out, I just sort of look back and just kind of look at Nix. Nix is sort of behind a book, I guess, and I just kind of look back and sort of leave the room. So yeah, and I head back to my room.
As he's heading
I'm not
back
sure
to his
if I
room,
made anything better, but
as he's heading back to his room, you hear Cypress mention something about chubby rain. He's like, "Chubby rain, man. I'm gonna make a movie, man."
Chubby rain.
if you guys haven't seen Bowfinger,
Yeah, it's
you need to
Bowfinger.
go see it.
It's
You
fucking
need to go
funny.
see Bowfinger.
So, night falls. You are lulled to sleep by the sounds of the thunder, the rolling of the winds across this dead plain I need everyone in their sleep to give me a latent will save.
And how do we do that? Oh, will is...
Will
Okay,
saves,
so mine
please.
was like 2. So is
What's
it,
will
what does that
save?
mean?
Top left-hand
Will
side of your
should-
character sheet
yeah.
should say Fort, Ref, and Will.
Yeah.
D20 plus your will save.
The base save?
The total.
Mogar!
Nice, Mogar.
I'm gonna die.
That's Symarra. I got 22.
Okay, so Mogar has a 20. Symarra has a
Mogar
22.
sleeps well and wakes up to peril.
I'm gonna roll one.
You're
I'm
a
gonna
very
roll one to get a
hero.
bad roll out of the way, and then I'm gonna roll this for
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just like so superstitious. Fuck me!
Oh no! Did you use both your look rolls?
Yeah, I did.
It's true. We're
What
actually
a-
really close. We need 4 subs and 3 followers to unlock the next.
3 followers. Come on,
bad.
what the fuck, chat? Just hit that fucking follow.
It's not hard.
Your bro needs a re-roll up here, all right?
Come on!
Up in here. Chat, just like fucking
Do it!
Don't make me go make some accounts.
All right.
I'll do it. All right. Anyway,
This is,
so I
this is
failed.
good stuff. This is good stuff. Yeah, you fail. You are gonna fail. What is this like? Where are you sleeping, Cypress? And where does
Uncomfortably in one of the rooms by myself. Tima's outside. She's
Okay.
always out.
Tima... Sure. All right. So, Tima sleeps. Cypress sleeps. Nyx. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm picking a number in my head, and I want Cypress and Nyx.
Uh-oh.
I want one of you to guess what that number is.
Are you giving them a between amount? Or...
Between
Just
1
any
and
number.
100.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Would
I've
you
got to
like
guess a number between that. Just one.
1 and 100.
Do you both get
Okay.
to pick one?
Yep.
Oh, cool. 69.
68.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Ho, 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 who's this?
Thank you so much, 2BK. I appreciate that, buddy. As you lull into this sleep and you feel the rest coming about you, you're regaining those quote-unquote hit points. You're recharging, revitalizing yourself. By the way, in typical D&D fashion, anytime you rest, you gain your hit points back equal to your
Yay.
Constitution modifier, whatever that number is. However, in my games, I want you to feel more heroic. You will gain back your Constitution score.
Oh.
You can
So, like,
you can
I
never
had minus
overheal.
full health.
You can never overheal. That's not something that you
Okay,
can do.
so it just goes back up.
You'll just go back to full. And
Okay,
at the early levels, it's huge. It's the difference between waiting a week to do something and being able to react the next day. But it's
Yeah.
huge right now. However, when you guys are like level 4 and 5 and Mogar has 70 hit points, gaining 16 a night isn't going to make a difference. Not going to make a difference at all. So,
Hi, I'm your healer.
that's right. That's right.
Where's the line of sight? God.
I need a perception. I'm not going to tell you whose perception matters most here, but I want a perception from everyone. Subtract 10 because you're all asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So-
come on.
20 plus modifier minus 10.
What the?
I got the crit on the first one, and then minus.
Oh my god. I have one reroll left. I'm gonna reroll.
Let's see what he gets.
I'm waiting for you. Feel bad if I were to jump in right now.
Let's go, Mogar.
Watch
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, I still gotta roll.
God damn it.
Dude, that shit
I'm-
scared the crapples out of me, dude.
Mother of bananas, man.
Wait a minute. Everyone follow now!
Mogar,
Can I get a fucking break?
Mogar,
So,
you're the only person that met the DC. So even or odd in your favor.
God damn it.
What was the DC for this one?
The DC is 10.
All right, let's get a little weird. Let me get odds.
Here we go.
It's probably going to be even.
It's odd.
Yes! Is that good? Is it in our favor?
It's up to you.
I want it to be in our favor.
Mogar,
I want it to be in our favor.
Mogar,
Yes.
you wake up. Thunder cracks, rolling across the deadened plains. And you feel like you can hear chimes. You've heard these chimes previously. You don't really know what it means exactly. There is a slamming of the door. The front door opens abruptly, and then it slams courtesy of the wind.
I locked it.
Mogar's going to instantly get up because he's heard this. And
Okay.
he's going to check and see what's going on.
All right.
Because, yeah, you said the door is slamming, right?
Going
From the
on your
wind. I'm gonna go over there and close the door and try to and lock it.
Sure. The bar from the door has been lifted.
What do you mean by bar?
It's like
The doors, their traditional locking mechanism it's quite literally a bar latch, so you have to place it
Understood.
there. It's been lifted. Someone was inside of the house and unlocked this.
How do I know someone was inside the house? Someone who's
Yeah.
inside the house
Yes.
unlocked it. Okay, so my next motive as Mogar, just thinking, it's like I'm going to check each room to see if it's open, and see if they're in there.
Okay. Sure. You move to Cypress's room. Cypress is asleep, albeit
Listen,
uncomfortably. He is asleep. He seems to have not even been a part of the bed. He's sleeping at the foot of it, like borderline in a sitting position, resting his head against the oaken end of it.
but he's having a hard time sleeping. You're stating?
He's there. He's just asleep, and it's not really an enjoyable sleep, to say the least. When you
I
move
would
to
like
Solis's
to whisper
room,
to him if I can. Just be
Sure,
like,
go for it.
Psst, Cypress.
he doesn't. He's not budging. There's no jar from him.
Okay, because I don't want to. I'll probably come back to him in a little bit.
When you move to Solis's room, you crack the door and you see Solis lying in bed in his typical position, where you had left him previously, with his hair being flipped by his hand and the other hand grazing the top of his crotch, because that's very Solis about things. So it seems normal. When you walk to Symarra's room, you'll notice that Symarra's door is actually jarred.
Ooh. So what I would like to do is notice this, think in my head, okay, let's prepare. Get a little bit, brace myself.
Okay.
Not too crazy. I'm gonna lift my axe or anything. My axe is still in my room, but I'm bracing myself just in case. And I would like to slowly open up, creaking open to see what's inside.
Sure.
If the two ladies are inside.
When you begin to push it, looking inside, there's a flash.
Really great door.
There's a flash of light, and as this light from the lightning kicks off, you can see that Symarra lies alone in the bed.
Wait, so a flashing light just popped out of nowhere?
lightning.
Lightning
lightning.
flashes outside. Nyx is missing.
Could have opened up to me.
Whoa! So now I would like to wake everyone up if I can. First wake up Symarra because I'm already there, and be like, sorceress.
Symarra,
Where's the gnome? Where's the gnome?
I flip. Oh, wait, whoa. What are you? What is going? What?
you notice
Where's
that
the
there is
gnome?
a distinct lack of heat and musk removed from your bed.
Nyx
As she's
is
feeling
gone.
this, and she's realizing I'm turning around to go to both Solis and Solis as well as Cypress's dorms to be able to wake them
Okay,
up too.
I'll like hurry out of the door after you.
Symarra, you immediately know that something's wrong because you see two things. One, you see her book has been thrown on the ground, binding up, open, with the pages being smushed. Secondly, her hat has been left behind.
Oh,
Not
this
my
is.
hat.
I'll
That gave me chills.
like pick the hat up and cuddle it a little bit to take it with me. I'm like, chase after Mogar.
It's like
so
she
I'm on my
lost her
own.
baby.
At this time,
Like,
I'm
Mogar.
guessing.
There is
Solis-
the sound of a charging half-orc through the house as Mogar is yelling to wake everyone up. Is wake up! Get up! Cypress, you'll be shaken awake by the abrupt noise. It's more than just thunder. It's an actual stampede of man rolling through.
And what a man.
Everyone's
So,
awake.
All right. Yeah, I get up and I'm like rubbing my eyes and my back hurts because this fucking bed isn't the outside and it's weird. And I run out of my room shoeless, my fucking toes all out in the wind and shit, all naked footed, and wondering what the fuck is going on.
Mogar turns around, notices that Cypress just came out of his room, and says, "Gnome is missing. Door was open right when I woke up. I felt something missing and felt something weird. When I went to check everyone's room, everything was fine besides the sorceress's room. There was nobody. There was just a sorceress, but not the gnome. What's going on?"
She wouldn't leave a hat. She wouldn't leave a hat. I'm still like half asleep. Something is not. It would have gone with her if she had a lot of choice in it.
I sort of like am still getting my bearings. I'm kind of looking around and I'm trying to understand exactly what's happening because I'm still waking up. So like she's gone? Like somebody fucking
She's
took
gone.
her in?
It's like I don't know. It was cold in the bed where she was, so she's been gone a while, and like the hat just wouldn't leave the hat.
I like start to look like sort of worried, and then I like sort of kind of a calm comes over me, and I'm just like, have you guys like checked the closets or anything, man? Like she's not just fucking with you, man. Like it's something she would do. Just saying.
Anything, but why would the door be open? The front door.
Because she went outside of it. Like she just maybe she's
The door was
hiding in
open?
another room.
But you didn't say
I don't know,
that.
man. She's not the most stable
going on?
person I've ever met.
What's the noise about? Kendra stumbles in kind of
Nyx
wiping her
is
eyes.
missing, Kendra. She's been.
What's?
She's been.
Did she take her
No.
things? Did she leave?
She didn't take a hat, so she'd take a hat.
Oh well, I'm sure she's fine. She's capable.
Mogar.
This is
As
a
you
light
guys are
hat.
talking, and as you guys are talking, Mogar's just like, Mogar's gonna look outside, and then so he just goes and
Shuffle with him.
yeah, I go open up the door as it's already open, and you guys can continue talking. So and catch up on what's going on.
Mogar, as you kick open the door, and you feel the rain just like bleeding down. It's literally sheets of water just pouring down on top of you. It started to kind of like rain inside of the house at this point, right? As this is happening, you get this dreaded sense something is just not right. It's more than just knowing that little Nyx is off alone. She came here alone, right? She's capable. So that
Of course.
the sound of thunder falls off, and the sheets of rain and storm pours down over the top of you. Where do you go?
What do I have in my surroundings right now? So let me look at the map right here. We're at N, correct?
Correct. You're there.
So I can either go to the left, which would be the town, which would not be a good decision because the people in the town does not like me, or we can make a right to see where she could have gone. I would most likely like to go to the right, towards the bridge.
Harrowstone is down off the map to the south.
Mogar, give me a perception.
Nice.
So do you grab your axe? Do you take any of your other belongings, or do you just like straight out without that?
Well, when I run out, I'm gonna notice that she's not there.
Correct.
Left or right. And so, with that being said, I'm just gonna storm back inside, grab my axe, and then just walk out towards there.
Sure.
Whoever wants to follow me can, but this is just me, just instinct-wise, because, me being a survivor and a person that's just all about, like, survival instincts and, like, if someone's missing in the pack, something's going on.
Right. As you grab your things and you realize that effort is the most important thing right now. It needs to be a call to arms. Everyone needs to be out finding Nyx. You recognize the importance of clan and cause, and as you charge out the door with your axe in hand, looking for her because you don't know what she's capable of, if she's prepared to defend herself against the Lopper as this black wolf and the lamb. The lamb could very well be Nyx, and it could be very much up to you at this point. So as you charge outside and you begin sprinting in the direction of the bridge, knowing that she could be on her way to Harrowstone itself, you're charging with everything that you've got, and the lightning flashes yet again, casting a glare, and you see on top of this bridge in the center is that small gnome. She's waiting on the bridge, the rain pouring down over her body. In
Is
her
she like
right
a
hand is a hand axe. In her left hand is the head of a wolf. Mogar, you stop and stare. What do you do?
Gnome! Is that you? What do you have in your hands? And I do notice this, right? You say I do notice this.
There's no response, but you do notice that the hand begins to raise as she's drawing the hand axe to her very throat, like she's tracing a line across her neck.
Like, I thought she was gonna cut herself. I was like, gonna run over.
No,
there.
it looks like she's tracing
about
a
to
line across her very neck. What do you do?
What do I do? Oh crap. The one only. So, I don't know how fast she can go, but I know I have fast movement.
Yeah, definitely.
And probably, I don't know.
Give me a perception, Mogar.
Because the reason why I'm saying is maybe I would need to go rage to be able to go even faster to be able to stop her.
Rage will not give you increased speed.
Okay, thank you. It's just power, right?
Yep. Let's see the perception.
Oh no.
That's rough.
We need one more follower, please. You know what?
That's...
Someone!
Lily, you're muted. If you're crying out in anguish.
I don't know why I was muted, but now I'm upset. Even more upset.
Mogar, you begin running. You begin running over to her. And as you begin to near at this point, you see that though she is despondent, there it is. It's Xanthlan.
Can I re-roll, please?
Yeah, you can.
You saved the day, maybe.
Oh, yeah!
Very
I
good.
love you. Welcome to the freaking Bubs.
Very good. As Mogar, as you're charging up, you see the hand continuing to draw and trace a line as blood begins to trickle at the neck, but you hear Nyx crying, and she just apologizes. She's saying, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry," as she continues to draw this across her neck. You get her at such the penultimate point that her elbow jars forward, throwing the axe away from her body. Her hand clenched around the tousled fur of the wolf's head. She's bleeding. Her gown is licked with blood down the front of it.
So what I would like to do is to grab her, put my big ass finger right in front of her neck, to stop the wound from bleeding, or at least hold it,
Okay.
and charge back or run back with her and the head back to the house.
Sure. As you begin charging with her, you know, her body's shaking around from this. She will let go of the wolf's head. It will fall and roll. As you glance back, you see a flash of its eyes, the yellow eyes of the black wolf's face. As you make your way back into the house, the door slams behind you. Kendra locks it up. Your allies are there. They see you holding her. Sconce and candle have been lit. They see blood across the front of her breast and across her back as you're holding her, compressed to your own body. Kendra says, what's wrong? What's happened?
So Mogar, because so he explained everything that just happened to the team, as well as the very slight moment, like right at the end of explaining everything that just happened with seeing her neck, how she did it once and then did it twice again, getting a little closer, how I rushed over to save her, how I saw her with the wolf's head, and at the end, how I did not get to keep the wolf's head to come back because I wanted to make sure that she was okay. That I did see that the yellow eyes glared at me,
Sure.
as if it was still alive or if it was a spirit or something. And the wolf, it was black, right? It was a black wolf.
Yes.
Kind of being like a metaphor almost, or
Well, I mean, he was possessing the wolf at the end of last.
Kendra charges up to you, and she has a blanket in hand, attempting to wrap Nyx. She says she's quite cold to the touch. We need to get her out of these bloody clothes. And as she forces you to let her go, you realize that you are holding her far too tight. She takes some of the thinner linen and she wraps it up around her neck in an effort to prevent her from bleeding further. And without hastened state, she may be 16 in human years, but she's 33 years old, and this is in an effort to keep her warm. She strips her down right in front of you guys. Like her front is away from you, so you're like looking at the backside. Symarra, Cypress, and Nyx. Actually, even Mogar, give me perceptions. No, Nyx, not you. Everyone else, perceptions.